Episode 8 of the No Key Podcast.
Yeah.
We're here, and we're back. Yeah, had to get it in.
We're
New
here
year.
and we're
Had
back.
to get it in.
Every episode. I don't think you've missed an episode
No.
with We're Back.
Yeah,
Wow.
because
It's alright,
eventually,
'cause we're
when we
fucking
disappear and get cancelled, we'll come back with t-shirts on.
We're back.
We're back. The big comeback.
Yeah.
Get me. But episode 8.
Merch coming next season.
Yeah.
We're back.
We're
You'll
back,
order
merch.
It just won't come.
No. Yeah.
No.
I'll teach you a lesson in
Soulja
Soldier Boy.
So
Yeah.
I was going to say, Soldier Boy.
If you listen to last week's episode, you'll understand.
I've seen you can do a cameo for Soldier Boy.
For what?
Like request him to do like where they just chat shit. Have you
Oh,
not seen
yeah,
it?
yeah,
Where
yeah,
celebrities
yeah.
you
Pay
can get
for
them
it
Yeah.
and to
exactly.
say like a message.
Soldier Boy is one that you can request for like
Is
I think
it?
it's like $25. You
Right,
can
I'm in
request
there.
it, and then you might.
I'm in there.
You might deny it, but
I'm in there.
I was thinking. I was thinking. I would request him and be like, "Shout out to Tom because you jacked his money."
Yeah.
I bet you'd
Innit?
laugh
Where's
it
the
off.
birthday
the most.
message?
He wouldn't do it. Would
No.
not do it at all.
No.
Like, yeah, that's
He'll
$25.
take your moolah and be like, nah, not doing that.
That's
don't
fine.
need the
I'll
don't
just,
need the voice
I
message.
know
So-
I'm older now. I know how to screenshot, so I can screenshot that now and call you out. Yeah.
I'm older now.
I'm older.
I
now.
know how to screenshot.
I know how to use the internet better. You get me? But
Class.
it's been a bit of a weird week. Not much has happened, but there's been quite a historical thing, I think, or a point of time now where we'll look back in a few years and it's going to be a massive change to how stocks, etc., work.
Well, it's a major story.
It's huge. It's literally bigger than you can even imagine.
Already
It's-
becoming a blockbuster and that.
It's crazy.
Already in the works.
It's mental. It's so crazy. So if you're not aware, there's been, well, you've probably already heard of it. So GameStop shares went through the roof, and then obviously the rumors come out about like what caused it, etc. And then the people of Wall Street Bets, which is a subreddit. I'm not really a massive Reddit fan or like a user, I guess. I
I
use
have
it
been
every now
recently.
and then.
I used to just think it was too much like writing and
Yeah,
forums,
yeah.
and I was like,
Yeah, I didn't used to like the layout of it. I used to
Yeah.
think it used to look a
it
bit
was
weird.
proper old.
It
That's how
takes
I
a while to get used to
You
as
get
well.
used-
It's a
you
bit
do.
strange.
You do, because you join all the channels and whatever, and then you
Yeah.
start understanding it a little bit more. And I do like kind of how like conversations and threads like flow. Like now I actually understand how to use it a little bit better.
I think it's a lot smoother than it used to be. I feel like it was probably the same, but just the layout, because they have updated the layout. Because you
Yeah.
can still type in like old.reddit and
Yeah,
it'll show what the
you
old
can.
Reddit
How
used
old
to
is
look
it?
like.
Like,
It's
when
old,
did it-
old.
Fuck.
Oh,
when did it
so
come out?
old.
Long,
Like it
long
used to
ago.
be. I'm pretty sure it used to be like one of the most downloaded apps. Like, and I always used to think it was something to do with radio. Like, I never ever used to go on it, but I remember having it on like iPhone 4 and just never used it because I just did not have a clue.
Yeah.
To be fair, isn't the logo for it like some
It's like a
alien with, like,
head.
Yeah, and
antennas?
it's got
Yeah,
little- yeah.
So that's what I always used to think it was, but God knows, it's quite sick though. But yeah, like I was saying, so there's a subreddit called Wall Street Bets, which is basically just a bunch of normal people, if I'm honest, like people that aren't born into money, they just have a valid interest into stocks. A
And
lot of them.
I assume they also like invest in stocks.
Yeah,
which is
yeah,
why
yeah.
they're all part of
Yeah,
this.
yeah. So in
Okay.
all fairness to them, there is a lot of big players in that mix, but like I said, they're not traditional stock like investors kind of thing. They're not part of like Wall Street or anything like this. They're kind of just like a mockery group where they try and just defeat like the guys in suits, basically try and bring down these big corporations that
Yeah.
essentially just get richer and richer each year as everything goes by, just because they've got so much capital behind them, and they just have so much influence in things, like, so it just plays in their favor, basically. So the original post, I think, was, I read it yesterday, and I think it said 150 days ago, so this has been in plan for.
Yeah.
So it's been in plan for almost a year, well, half a year, I guess.
Cheeky.
No, a little fart.
Who's guffing on the mic? So
Should have
yeah,
stood up and just gone straight. I'm like,
You just looked at Tom, so I was like,
yeah.
we ain't gonna address that. No, carry on, Tom.
It
yeah.
won't smell,
So
though.
so a year, half a year's kind of been in plan for, and they were basically just trying to pull together like interest from people within this Reddit like community, I guess.
Wait, they planned the whole thing. It
Yeah,
wasn't
yeah.
just.
So
Yeah.
it's so like essentially
Like
what,
everyone planned to raid Area 51. They
Oh,
all
yeah.
were in the works about betting
Yeah.
and buying stocks. And
So they knew like this date.
So
and, like,
yeah. So it's been a known date for a while. Like obviously, it's only just come to light to a lot of people now that never even knew about it.
Yeah.
But it's a thing called a short squeeze. So it's basically just so all these hedge funds and all these massive people that had capital in GameStop shares and were betting on basically the price to go down. But these people obviously got wind of that, and they were like, right, we can actually make a bit of history now. I just need all of your buy-in basically for this date to have X amount just to bump the price up. So every time, it's called a short squeeze, and if the price then starts to rise, the hedge funds lose more money. So the higher it goes, the more money they actually basically lose.
So a hedge fund, what is it?
You know, for those that don't know,
Yeah.
can you
What is a
explain
hedge
it in
fund?
simple man
Like
terms?
I don't, like I'm gonna have to Google it because I don't want to fuck up the wording. But it's basically, let me just Google it. It's so much easier.
so I can't remember who I was listening to, but they were saying, right, if somebody sold a car
hmm
at a cheap price, and then that person, like, so many people started getting involved in buying this car, it boosted the price up, and
Yeah.
that guy wanted to buy the car back,
Like supply and demand.
but it was like ridiculously more expensive. Is that
Yeah.
essentially what it was?
So basically because they've shorted the stock, and a short squeeze is where they'll have to, for them to bring the price down, they've essentially got to rebuy more stocks. So it's really
Okay.
weird. Like there's a lot of complexities to it that I don't even understand, if I'm honest. But it's something that's so fucking cool, like how they've just managed to grit together as like a community. This literally just born within like a social network platform.
Do we know how many
No.
people were like involved in it?
I don't know, but it's more so of just getting the initial buy-ins from X amount of people, and then getting like media attention and just like normie people, basically just like people that see the hype and be
Yeah.
like, oh shit,
Yeah.
if I just buy 20 quid's worth,
And
I
so
might
it's
actually
just
get
more
£100.
and more,
Yeah,
more
yeah.
and more people just getting on it.
yeah. So the
and which
more
is raising
traction,
the price of it. Okay.
yeah. So the more traction obviously it gains, the higher the price goes, because it's harder to get hold of stocks and actual shares. So yeah, there was a lot of media attention like this come from it.
Well, the thing I don't understand is why it's so controversial. Like, I understand how people are getting fucked over with this, and it's kind of like dodgy business.
Yeah.
But this has always been fucking happening.
Yeah.
Like, the Wolf of Wall Street shit,
Yeah.
Jordan
Yeah.
Belfort. Like, that's what their business is. Is like
Yeah.
he tells people to buy into this,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
tells people to sell these. And all this is just a bunch of people on Reddit coming together and doing the same shit, just on a bigger
Correct.
scale.
Correct.
And so I don't understand why this is
So it's
like
basically
getting banned as it is.
so they're trying to call it market manipulation. It's not. It's categorically not. It's basically someone said, "Oh, I think you should buy this." Not telling them to do it, but literally just saying,
yeah.
"I think it would be a good thing to do because we can cause these people a lot of debt." Which, in all fairness, that's what the big players have been doing for years and
Yeah.
years and years, and that's how the stock
That's how
market.
they've made money, really, isn't it?
Yeah, so I think like the main like lesson I think from it is like now a lot of people have got access to stocks, and like Wall Street is not as a big of a powerhouse as it used to be. Like it's
Yeah.
not so exclusive. So people can download like Trading 212, Robinhood, etc.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Wherever you
quite
are
open.
in the world, and you can trade freely on your mobile, literally wherever you are.
But the issue is now, because so the reactions of these apps is what have triggered a lot of people. Isn't it?
Yeah. So obviously, we had it here.
Yeah.
Like, so we had it here, so a lot of the people, like a lot of the apps,
People.
like Robinhood mainly is kind of taking the biggest brunt, just because I
Yeah.
think of their user, and I think like their original ethos I think their literal motto was stealing from
Yeah.
the rich and giving to
Yeah.
like the
Well,
poor.
they're called
well,
Robin Hoods.
yeah.
Like the whole point
It's
of it.
in
Yeah.
their name, really.
So
Yeah.
it was basically to put the power in the little man's hand, where they've
man.
completely just done a U-turn on everything they were meant to stand for, by basically just taking off the option to buy the stocks when they noticed this mad like price movement.
Yeah.
And
So snaky. I don't understand.
it's fucked.
Now,
It's-
now that comes under market manipulation because they've stopped people
yes, of course.
actually investing.
Yeah,
So whereas they're blaming the GameStop shares going up on market manipulation, it's not, because all they were was just, it was more of a referral, like,
Yeah.
oh, you should,
literally.
you should.
You should have a
invest
look
in
at
this.
this. Yeah, yeah.
Little
But then
bit
they're
more than
literally
that.
stopping people
Yeah.
investing.
And so they took all buy buttons off their apps. Like Trading 2 and 2 did here in the UK. Like there was a lot of other things, like other platforms that did the same thing.
And that's with the whole intention of making it.
Yeah, so the only
Crash.
option you had was basically to sell. So this is where a lot of the players that knew this was kind of going to happen, but I don't think they could have like fathomed it to what degree it was going to get to.
Yeah.
And so like they are basically now in a point where they're just like they're calling it hold the line. Like if you join any like Telegram groups and stuff, all they're saying is literally just hold the line, just don't sell, just hold. And there's a lot of people that have made like serious money off it. Like if you deal like Robinhood, like you can't do it here in the UK, I don't think. It's called options trading. So it's basically you can buy, say, I don't know, £1,000 worth. You can do an option and it can just bump up the price. So basically you can put like a 50 times like multiplier on it.
So you can
And-
buy £1,000 worth of stock.
Yeah,
essentially.
but your actual stock would be £50,000 rather than £1,000.
Okay.
So that's where a lot of people have made mad money. Like there's a guy, and I think he goes by on Reddit as Deep Fucking Value or something like that. And I think he
fucking in the name. Deep fucking
Deep
value.
Fucking Value. So I think that's what his like anon name is. And I think he put 50,000 in initially, and
What,
with
into GameStop?
yeah. So with the options trading, then it got up to 20 million.
Oh my word.
Just because he was buying in at what price? Fucking maybe a couple of dollars, and it's
So
gone up
this-
to what, 400 and something dollars.
So this like options thing, can you choose how much
Like
like
leverage.
percentage
Yeah,
times
yeah.
it goes up?
Yeah. So you can
Is
have.
there a max number that you can?
I think
put on?
I want to say like we don't have access to any like options here, so I'm not too familiar with it. But I think the maximum you can do is like 125%, like a multiplier on. So
And I assume he would have just fucking
Some-
smashed it on.
yeah. So some people have done crazy amounts of money, but even like with the price drops, like so the price went up to I think the top was the top was like 430 now, like dollars.
Yeah.
And then obviously when they restricted like the buys of it, etc., like a lot of people started to get worried and were like, fuck, I can't do anything, so I'm just going to sell it.
So
And
whatever they put in would have been times by 430 essentially.
Yeah.
Is
Yeah.
that what?
Well, it kind of.
It's peakest.
Yeah. So it depends, obviously, what price you buy in. So if you buy
Yeah.
for $4, you sell it for $40. That's 10 times.
Oh,
your money.
of course,
Do
yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah. So if you
It's
like,
basically like the difference.
yeah. So
Yeah.
if you're at the very bottom,
Yeah.
then your max would be 430. If
Yeah.
you jumped in the middle, it'd be like half of that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is where it's just got like really, really fucking political, and it's gone so mad. Like so,
So
there's a
mad.
lot of backlash now for Robinhood, and rightly so. Like a lot of people are trying to boycott it and cancel the whole app. Like
I'm not surprised.
completely so. And like Vlad, which I think I can't remember what his last name is, Vlad something.
Yeah.
He's like the CEO, and he's done a lot of interviews now on like American networks. And the man's just crumbling and just lying through his teeth, like, and it's so funny to watch. Like, it's actually so funny, as even just having like a base knowledge of it to watch it. Just
Yeah.
watch how much they're crumbling and panicking.
Yeah.
And so now it's kind of started like a chain reaction. It started a lot of like chain reactions into other things being pumped now. So like that capital that they would have made on this. So there was obviously the scandal then. Well, not the scandal, I guess. It was kind of, they shifted then into like buying Nokia shares. If you,
yeah.
Like, so if you couldn't buy GameStop shares in X countries, like I think like Russia and some places like that, you
Yeah.
weren't allowed to buy them. So then people were buying like Nokia.
I saw something literally just like a couple hours ago about people saying, upvote, this is on Reddit obviously, upvote this if you're going to buy or are currently holding stocks in AMC.
Yeah, AMC.
And it had like 22k. And I was
Yeah,
like, yep, there's another one.
Yeah, well, no,
AMC, what is it?
So the big players were
Some
the big
American.
players were GameStop and AMC. They were like the initial two. Like obviously GameStop was first, just because they noticed it could make history if it actually come off. And to look back at it for that guy, it must be fucking the maddest thing to see now is seeing the actual backlash of it.
I saw some like 8-year-old whose mum invested in like fucking GameStop for his birthday. I can't
Yeah.
remember how much it was. I'm gonna make the numbers up. I'll say like 20 quid.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And it was in there for 2 years,
Yeah.
and he just took it out, and it was 8k.
Yeah.
And it's like
Fuck.
that's
Well, that's the thing. It
mad.
was just sitting in this like transitional period. Like if you actually, so I remember
Oh,
seeing
so raw.
like when I actually like dig deeper, it was kind of like they're in a bad place, but they were still profitable. Like I think like GameStop as a whole, but they were getting rid of a lot of like physical stores. So like that's where obviously like the speculation that the price was just going to tank and go down. But a lot of people were saying like the actual company itself is profitable, and I think it's actually a good genuine investment
I
as
wish-
long as
Yeah.
someone has. So there's this guy, and I think I don't want to say his name's Michael Burry, or no, Ryan something. I can't remember the name.
Very
It's completely different.
No,
names.
there's two big like pivotal like
Michelle
people
Ryan.
involved in it, and I think his
Michelle.
name's Ryan's. It starts with a C, but I can't remember it. And I think he's trying to like buy out GameStop and do like a mad transformation
Mad
with it
that.
because he's got like a big background in like e-commerce and stuff. So he's trying to take it down that route rather than having like physical stores.
Fucking so many shit.
So now we're getting to the point where like people are like, all right, GameStop has been done. Let's all jump on this one, and everyone's like, yeah.
Yeah. No, it literally is like I can't. So there's a Telegram group, and I joined it, and so I just like on Reddit. So I think I think it has something like 400k followers of like what do you call it? Subs, follows.
What on Reddit?
Yeah, what do you like when you're in part of the channel?
You
It's
just
like
join
join
it, don't
it.
you?
Yeah, I think
You
it's
just
literally
join
like
it. It's like a
Yeah.
sub.
yeah, yeah. So it had like 400k. That obviously started getting restricted. Like you tried to join it or tried to view anything on it, and it basically said you needed access from like a moderator, but no one could find out who the moderator was. So basically, Reddit have also just
Bro, it's so weird.
shut
how
it down.
works.
It's
'Cause
got
you try
so-
and post on it, and it don't let you because you need a certain amount of like karma, which is when you upvote other people's
Yeah.
shit or your shit gets upvoted.
yeah.
It's like
I can't believe a company called Robin Hood,
yeah,
whose motto is steal from the rich and give to the poor.
yeah.
Just complete
Fuck the poor and give
Fucked
back
it.
to the rich.
fucked it like so badly as well, like and so blatant as well.
Yeah.
Like it was literally, it's just laid out bare, like this is how corrupt it is, and it's literally just in your face. It's so fucking mad. Like it's incredible. Like honestly, I've got so much respect for every like person that's even had that knowledge or just had the willingness to fucking try and get this going.
No, I saw an interview with the actual Jordan Belfort
Yeah.
saying about this is fucking
Oh,
ridiculous. And he was like,
yeah.
I actually wish that this was me that
Yeah.
done it. I was like, if someone as big as that who's made so much money in the game
Facts.
is that impressed, you
You've
just
done
know
well.
it's a Mazda.
It is a Mazda. It's honestly.
Wait, he wishes he
Yeah,
Like
did
he
the
wishes
Robin
he's
Hood
saying
thing.
like no, he's
No.
respecting the guy that started the movement
Right.
kind of thing.
Oh.
But there's been a lot of things now, so there's been a lot of things that have kind of been speculated that are going to get pumps eventually. Like AMC was one of them. So AMC, I think, is like an entertainment business, I guess. But obviously with COVID, etc., their profits are kind of
I
like.
don't have a
tanked.
clue what they are. I
Is
just
it-
know their symbol.
AMC is like, if it's entertainment, is it not like AMC Studios?
It might be. It might
Like
be.
they
So
do like the
Oh
Walking
yeah,
Dead and that.
Walking Dead.
So I
Shit, it
think-
could be.
So I remember I seen a tweet the other day, and it was like, when cinemas are back open, I'm actually buzzing to do it. This is why I'm buying AMC. So I don't know if they've got ties to cinemas or something like that.
Well,
It might be
must do.
production. It could be. I mean, AMC
Well, if it's
is probably.
entertainment, yeah.
It's
it
probably
must
an
be,
umbrella
right?
company, and they've got so many things underneath it.
Oh,
I would
shit.
imagine. But it's so sick.
Bare
Like
money's like.
So much money.
so much money. But a lot of people are just doing it now. Like the price is kind of just like stagnant a little bit now, but still up in the $300 ish. But a lot of people are now just holding it just purely for like the principal like factor of it.
Yeah.
And that's fucking so cool. Like it's actually so sick. Like I can't wait to look back at this like point in time and just see if these big like traditional like how the stock market works now, like what it's going to look like
Yeah.
now post this, because a
Yeah.
lot of things are going to have to change. Like there's going to have to be like a lot of regulation somewhere. And I don't know how it's going to look, but it's going to be fucking incredible.
So you mentioned like Wall Street doesn't have like the power that it used to have. Like, why do you think that is? Is it because trading has become so accessible to
Yeah.
everybody else?
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
And like, obviously, we've all seen Wolf of Wall Street and stuff,
Yeah.
and you see like at the very beginning he's got to get some sort of qualification and
Yeah.
stuff. But at this point, you could
You
sit
can
at
be
home,
anyone.
watch
Yeah.
YouTube tutorials, read
Facts.
about it,
Yeah.
and learn
You
as
can
much
be-
as that person.
As long as you're over the age of 18, you can do what you want. It's like signing up for a betting company. You can just do whatever you want with your money. If it
Yeah.
works out, it works out. If it doesn't, you've lost your money. But it's all part of doing your own research, I guess, and just trying to understand it before you obviously do just lump cash into it.
Yeah.
Because it is a dangerous game. Like it's a lot of speculation, I guess, or it's not even speculation. It's kind of just understanding what you're putting your money into.
Yeah.
If you understand that, then
But
you
like that's the thing is people jump into this head first sometimes because
Yeah.
like the rule is you're not supposed to throw in like 100% of your like
Yeah,
earnings.
yeah.
You're supposed to just chuck in like 20%
do
or something
whatever you
like
can
that.
lose.
My brother's mate threw in 100, got everyone to back him, and was like, yeah, I think this is when the oil price dropped.
Yeah,
And he
yeah.
jumped straight on it because obviously it was going to go back up. He was getting everyone, like his dad, to chuck in 5k,
Yeah.
threw 100% of it in. He did do a Mazda though.
Yeah.
He got
Did he?
so much P.
But that's the
Really?
thing, yeah.
But he tried doing it again after that, and it just wasn't. And he was like, "Yeah, I've just
Yeah.
done a madness of my first go."
It is mad.
And
Beginners but like you hear the stories of people who like, oh yeah, I put 200 quid in, and like that kid, oh yeah, I got 8k back.
Yeah.
It's like at that point you're like, fuck, why didn't I put more in?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like a
Nah,
lose-lose.
nah.
You're like,
Yeah,
fuck,
yeah.
I need to put more in.
So
Why didn't I put more in?
of course. But I think like what I've learned since being involved in anything, like I got a friend, and he's doing insanely well for himself, like for him now. But he's always told me is literally don't bet with emotion. Like what? Don't invest with emotion. Like don't get attached to what you're invested in too much, because otherwise you'll just fucking hate yourself if you just don't make the wrong move. Like he was
Yeah.
like bet.
Oh,
He was
bruh.
literally like just do it like strategically. Like there's literally like investment strategies and stuff. Like how to do it safely. Like you've got to have risk management. Just don't get too ahead of yourself. Like take profits along the way if you are up. Like don't just waste the whole opportunity basically. And it's fucking mad though, because all these people, like you were saying, like those people that have then seen GameStop going up so much, they're like, yes, it's going to keep fucking going. We're going to be millionaires.
Oh,
like it's
and
going to
they-
get to like 10 grand. But to do that, it's got to be so much like volume. It's got to be so many factors into it to get it to 10 grand that there's not even enough buying power realistically without having like a big play on your side. And especially with them restricting people buying it, it's going to stay stagnant for a bit. And people that buy in, there's definitely people now that started paying attention a little bit too late. Would have bought in at $400.
And it's gone
Would have
down.
put like, I don't know, maybe $100 in, £100 in. And then, it just drops to 300. Like, oh, what the fuck is shit?
Yeah.
Like, you promised me. And it's like, you can never, ever. And that's
Yeah.
why, even if you've got a friend, like, you've always just got to tell them, right, this is not like investment advice. Like, this is not financial advice.
Yeah.
You've just got to make sure you do what you need to do to make sure you're safe, kind of thing. But I think it will genuinely turn into a movie, and it's going to be the biggest meme of a movie ever. Honestly, it's going to be so fucking hilarious. I honestly can't even think what it's going to be like. That
Like, yeah. What? I wonder what side of the story they'll take.
I think it depends who makes it. I think if they give both sides of it, it'll be best. Like if they show the euphoria of the people that started it,
Like
and if they also
the
show
little
the
guy.
backlash and how people tried to counteract it, if they
It
did
must
like
be.
a kind of battle of both sides movie, I think that would be the best narrative for it.
Yeah.
Do you think it's going to be more like a documentary,
No.
or do you think it's
No,
going
I
to
think
be
it generally
actual
could-
actors?
Well, you
and-
think,
I
if
think-
you think how good Wolf of Wall Street is, if it was a little bit more like factual, rather than him just taking Quaaludes and fucking going
yeah,
off the
no,
rails
but
a
it's
bit,
actually
like,
based on the real guy. And
Yeah.
when you see an interview of the real guy, he's literally
he's
like
insane.
He fucking-
DiCaprio's nailed it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he fucking
No,
nailed
he is.
it.
Jordan Belfort is a genius. Like he's incredible. But I think that's mainly just for his.
I
Like,
don't know if
personality.
you can go as far as praising him and saying he's incredible.
No, I think he is. Just like the life he must have had
Yeah.
is fucking.
I mean, he
hilarious.
robbed a lot of people.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, but there's a lot of fucking scumbags out
Yeah.
there. Like there is, and like I think now he's done the whole role reversal and actually
Yeah.
tried to be apologetic for what he did because he was such a cunt. Whoop,
Oh, he was.
got the C bomb. Whoa.
Oh!
Apologies,
yeah.
rah.
If he wasn't such a bellend. Oh, keep getting better.
Sorry,
Getting
mum.
flustered.
Sorry, mum.
But no, I think, like I was saying, he's kind of just taken that U-turn now on, and he's kind of apologetic to it, and he just tries to teach people And he's got some hell of a story. He's got some quality
It's mad,
stories.
isn't
Like
it?
his podcast
Stories
is
are
class.
never ending, man.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Never ever ending.
He's good to listen to as well. Like his speaking voice and his
Yeah.
accent is real cool.
His
just
New
to listen
York
to.
accent is literally next level.
It's class.
It's so
Just, I
good.
just reminds it like it just reminds me of like walking down the street. You like bump shoulders and you go, "I'm walking here." That's all like that's just what I can think of.
Yeah.
Oh my
But
days.
he smashed it, and then so obviously on the back of that now, Elon Musk obviously then he's being the richest man in the world and having such an
Is
audience.
he actually the richest man in the world at the
Yeah,
moment?
confirmed. And
Isn't it mad? Because like wasn't it a few months ago that he was like selling all of his
Yeah.
belongings
Yeah.
to like
to fund this Mars project.
fucking
mad.
nuts?
Yeah.
And then but like yeah, that's mad. I don't understand where he's become and how
Mate,
he's
he's
become
so
the richest
right.
just
Class.
like that.
He's just a Donny, isn't he?
He's
I
class.
actually fucking love him. Like I think he's so sick. Like he's generally such a sick guy.
He's did you see him the picture of him and his kids in the tunnels? He posted a picture. You know he's building the
Yeah,
tunnels. He took a picture of him and he was with all his kids and that in there. It just looked mad. It looked like the fucking future. It was
Yeah,
nuts.
no, it is. It is. Like those underground tunnels in LA, you mean?
He is literally
Yeah,
a
yeah,
man
yeah,
of
yeah.
the future.
Yeah. I seen something before, and it was like there's like this mad protest or something going against them, or just saying it's not physically possible.
Well,
It was-
he's
I-
fucking done it.
Yeah, I know, but like to get it like mainstream, I think it was. I can't remember what it was. It was like either a sap on like the electricity supply or something like that. I don't know. I've actually just
Yeah, conspiracy theories. That's
Yeah.
what it is.
A sap
it was
on the
mad.
energy.
It was
bill.
mad.
Imagine
Yeah.
Musk's energy bill.
Oh,
Mad.
madder. But yeah, so he obviously went on a bit of a tweeting spree then, and there's a thing called Dogecoin in like crypto, which
Oh,
is
yeah.
Doja Cat.
which is this like meme coin.
Ooh.
Like
Aw.
the founder of it took no allocation for himself. Like he literally just made the coin and went, look, I'm sure this can be one of the best coins it can be. And this was a few years ago, and it's been in the top 10 cryptocurrencies for years and years
So
and years.
mad.
And it has no value, it has no real use at all.
No.
But it can be used. Like realistically, if Elon Musk said today, I'm accepting Dogecoin as a currency to buy Tesla, there's no reason why it couldn't be. And that's what.
Fuck.
So yeah, it just kind of went off. He tweeted about 5 times, and
What did he tweet?
there was like he tweeted like this, like it kind of looked like.
Was it about?
He tweeted about Dogecoin, yeah, and
And everyone's like, "Fuck it, yeah, get on it now."
Yeah.
Musk is
Buy-
tweeting, bro.
buy
Get
into it.
on it now.
so yeah, so obviously these Wall Street bet people got wind of it as well. Obviously from the tweets, a lot of people started buying in. Like I seen it going up a little bit, so I was like, right, fuck this. I'm awake. I might as well just jump in it.
What time is this?
So this was about.
Five in the morning.
I bought my first lot at like 9 in the morning because I started reading about it. Like I felt really bad for doing it, but I was like, I just know it's got no use. I was like, I'm
Yeah.
purely in it just to make a little bit of cash. So I bought in like 9 o'clock in the morning, then bought again about 7 o'clock in the night when I seen it start to move, and I stayed up to about 4 in the morning.
Yeah.
So I watched it rise from about 1, and then it just started fucking like fucking parabolic in the asshole, like straight up.
Parabolic.
Like
Whoa.
this, like it's literally a term, but it just means going up.
I
Like
bet you
this.
was feeling very
Oh,
jovial.
it just went. I was actually jovial
Yeah.
as a motherfucker.
Yeah.
So yeah, it just went up and up and up. I sold a bit too early just because I
No.
thought it's gonna drop and it's gonna drop fast. Like it was literally just
You
gonna
never
be
know.
a pump and dump. So I got out when I did, took 300-400% like profit, and I was like, that's me done. I'm sound. But
Did he keep going up?
it did a little bit, and then it just down. So I was quite glad I took one. I did.
Parabolic.
Um,
In the arsehole.
Oh,
Yeah.
put me in the house.
but it's mad, put me in the ass. But yeah, he then went on to like the day or two after, I think. He then put in his bio, like on Twitter, #Bitcoin. So that again then sent a mad frenzy off. Bitcoin got a 20% pump.
Musk
one
now.
morning.
This is Musk now, yeah.
Yeah, this
It's
is
mad
Musk
how
again.
it's just got this much power.
It just be like, he's like, hey, watch this.
Hashtag no P podcast.
Yeah, bro.
Literally.
You'd get, people would be turning up. Here.
Yeah.
Can I invest?
Can I?
Yes, you can.
Yeah, check all your parabolic
Yes,
and
please.
asshole money at me.
Make me
So
jovial.
mad though.
So yeah, everyone thought Bitcoin was going to hit a new all-time high. It didn't yet. It's going to eventually. I think by the end of this year, it's going to be at least 60k. I honestly don't see any reason why it won't be. But yeah, so everyone was thinking then all it takes now is him to just say, yeah, we're now accepting payments for Bitcoin to buy Tesla,
And everyone would just
it's
go
gone.
bizarre.
Yeah, it's going up. But it hasn't come out yet. So I don't know if you've seen yesterday, he was actually on, Clubhouse.
Oh,
Do you
yeah,
remember that
yeah.
Clubhouse? He was on
Yeah.
there last night.
Was he?
Yeah, he joined a Clubhouse. I think it was, I can't remember who hosted it, but yeah, he was on there, and he basically interviewed the CEO of Robinhood.
Really?
It was
Ooh.
fucking so weird. Like, I listened to it this morning, and he was like, I've only got about an hour through it, and it's like 2 hours. But yeah, it was so weird. Like, he ends up just running an interview, basically, like grilling the CEO of
Does he
Robinhood.
like go in on it?
Yeah,
now?
he was going in a little bit. I'll give it to him. Like, he was sticking on it.
What was he saying?
Well, he's just like, well, what are you doing? Like,
Yeah,
pretty
like,
much.
why
He
have
was
you done
like,
it?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And obviously, this guy's still sticking with his standpoint of like, we had to do it, obviously, for like the interest of all people and all this, whatever.
Yeah,
But
Yeah, but-
I've seen a lot of him saying
Just gives
we're
the
protecting the people.
he just gives the political answer. Basically, you're
Nah.
a fucking dickhead and you're a
Trying to
fraud.
please everyone.
Yeah,
You can't.
you
just
can't at all.
I follow. I don't know if you follow Dave Portnoy. You know,
Yeah.
Barstool Sports.
Love him.
He's class.
He's fucking class.
He is a bit out there, but
Yeah.
he's a fucking nutcase.
Nah, his whole
But
standpoint on
he's-
this is
yeah,
fucking
spot
incredible.
on.
So
He's
good.
like, I ain't stopping till they're all in jail.
Yeah, 100%. It
Yeah.
literally is though. Like, and he was one of the first to actually say like, this needs to go through the SEC,
Yeah.
and you need to actually have lawsuits against you, and you do genuinely need some form of fucking like prison time for it, because what you did is highly illegal. And fucking hell, Portnoy, what a guy!
Yeah,
What
he's,
a guy!
he's been doing this fucking shit for a long time. He's
Yeah.
been doing like a lot of Amaza
Yeah.
for a while now.
So he said he put like I don't know if you've seen that interview with him on the news show the other day. It was like yesterday, I think it was, and he was kind of having like an open discussion. Like, it wasn't either
was it
side.
with the British woman?
No, it was with this. I can't remember what his name or what channel it was on. Basically, they just had this chat, and he was saying he put 2 million in. Like, he put 2 million into GameStop, and he
Yeah.
was like, "Are you
Yeah.
selling?" He's like, "Fuck off." He's like, "What am I selling for?" He's like, "No fucking way am I."
Yeah.
And I love it.
2 mil.
I love it. And then the
Jeez.
news reporter was asking him. He was like, "Are you going to get involved in this lawsuit?" He was like, "I'm not sure." He was like, "I'm not sure, but I still stand by what I said, and I think it still needs to go through."
Have you seen his story, Dave Portnoy's story?
Right,
Like the whole, it's
Oh,
just
well,
like
how
his
he
whole
came up.
story.
No, I haven't.
It's
But
just fucking nuts. So there's like a full-on documentary about him, and it was like, so he started out when newspapers were dying. He was like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna make Barstool
Yeah.
a newspaper,"
yeah,
and he printed it in color, which
Yeah.
obviously
It's
newspapers
rare.
were always black and white.
yeah,
And he said, yeah, he just had this one van. And he used to fill it up with his newspaper, and he'd go around to, like in America, you've got like the little news box things.
Yeah.
yeah.
And he'd go around and he would follow like people from rival newspapers, and when they would go and put
Just
the
replace them.
newspapers
The stack.
in the stack,
Whoa.
he would shout abuse at them, and just shout abuse at them, like constantly, like, your newspaper doesn't print in colour, you fucking, all this stuff.
Fair. I
Like,
didn't think you were going to
genuinely-
say that.
No,
Yeah,
genuinely, he'd
go
just
on.
shout
Yeah.
abuse at them in this one van, just going around, because there'd be multiple
Yeah,
stands.
there's loads.
So there'd be like him and like two other guys filling
Just
up newspaper,
beefing
and he
it.
would just be screaming at them.
Okay.
And then so he started doing that, and then obviously he knew women would get like coverage, and like people want to buy it because
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
Barstool, it's just fat bloke sat at a
Yeah,
bar.
literally.
And so he got like local girls from whatever neighborhood, and they'd be like, "Oh, do you want to do a photo shoot and stuff?"
Yeah.
So he'd do that, and then he just carried on growing, and then he started doing like club appearances where he'd be like,
Yeah.
"Oh, this is a Barstool party or
events
whatever
and
in
stuff.
this bar.
Yeah.
Come down whenever it's free." So he'd go down. He was like, "Yeah, the first ever one." There was like,
No one.
There's
Oh yeah,
just
no
nobody
one.
there.
Yeah, it's
and
hard.
then they become this monumental
Yeah.
event where it would just pack
Massive.
out.
It's huge.
It was just crazy. And then, so like all of his stuff was basically growing Barstool. So even now, like he's reached out for like gaming and stuff, hasn't he? So
Yeah.
he's sponsored
Yeah.
like Nick Merckx, people like
Yeah.
that. And he's like, everything I do it because we need fans in those areas.
Yeah. So I just try and
So,
do the
yeah.
most I can for
Yeah.
that community, just to get them on my side.
It's crazy. Like he's like, right, we've got no TikTok fans, so he
Yeah.
makes a podcast with that TikTok kid,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Josh Richards or something.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
did see
Makes a
something.
podcast, and now he's got loads of beef with the D'Amelio sisters. They're like these
Charlie.
the Twitch,
Yeah.
Okay.
these not Twitch, fucking
TikTok.
yeah, these TikTok famous people.
Okay.
And he's getting beef with them, but all it's doing is drawing the
growing.
TikTok
Yeah, his
audience.
brand.
to
Yeah.
him. So he's like,
Smart moves.
Smart.
so he's like, when people come and he does pizza reviews.
Yeah, he does. That's what I was going to say.
yeah,
That's
the
one
pizza
thing like that.
reviews.
He just goes around all
So he's
around.
like, I
I
go.
love that.
He's
Yeah.
I go to these places and I don't know if people are going to recognize me from TikTok.
Yeah, or pizza
Yeah.
review.
And he does his Davey day traders. Now,
Yeah,
doesn't he?
yeah,
Where,
yeah.
where he just streams himself doing trades. So he's
Yeah.
like, I don't know if they're going to be
Coming from that.
TikTok, from pizza reviews,
Could be anywhere they've seen me
from
from.
just
Yeah.
Barstool Sports like the old
Yeah.
days. It's just crazy, and he's got
No.
all these people now. It's just nuts,
He
like how he's
smashed it.
how he's done it.
It's kind of just getting your fingers in as many pies as
is
possible and
literally
actually
that.
working out. But I think a lot of that credit goes down to him as well, because from what I've seen of him, what a legend.
Yeah,
He just
I
seems
still
like...
I still don't understand how the screaming abuse.
Yeah, I
but
know.
he was like,
Post delivery guys.
it's
Yeah,
like
I know,
he's so competitive.
Just doing my job,
man.
He's so competitive that he's like,
He
if
wanted
you
to-
work for the enemy,
Yeah.
I'm gonna just fucking go
Make
at you.
you the
Do you know what I
enemy.
mean? Like,
Fair play.
fucking your newspaper shit. It's like I don't.
It's like
I
a
don't,
COD
I'm
lobby.
just delivering it. It's like fuck off.
Fair play.
It's class. Yeah, it's proper good documentary.
I'll have
It's
to
only-
watch that.
It's broken into like 15 minutes on
Yeah.
YouTube. It's class.
Okay, I'll definitely check that out.
I do love those. They're
And
like-
it's
Yeah,
got
yeah.
like the thumbnail because he used to be Fat Dave,
Mm.
and like his pictures of him and he's proper fat, and he's just like there with his shirt off, and the pictures just him like with his ass class.
He looks like he could be an actor.
He got massive
Actor.
nose.
Mm.
He got massive.
He
nose.
has. But I can't remember. Like, I did. I think initially, I come across him from the pizza things. I think that's where I generally
Yeah.
came across it, because they always used to be on like my explore pages.
Yeah.
Like when obviously you're just fucking 3 a.m, you're starving, you're going through food
Yeah.
pages, and you're like, what's this?
Worst idea you've
Yeah.
ever seen, bro.
Oh, in it, there's another thing where in his newspapers he would act as if his business was really big.
Yeah.
So he would write so many articles and just put a different name at the
Yeah,
bottom.
so he just
and
write
it was
about
just
himself.
him. Every single name was just him.
It's kind of like
It's
how
fucking nuts.
like Nike started. It's like the guy that started Nike, whatever you call it. That he used to go to Japan and used to sell trainers to him and just make up all these numbers, like literally just barefaced lied to him, like he was broke as fuck, like had like X amount of shoes. He's like, yeah, we can do that, and they're asking for like 16,000 pairs, and he's like, I've got
we can do
30, and he's like, yeah, we can do that.
You
Yeah,
were
that's
up
fine.
to
I'll get the
biggest sack.
other
Yeah.
59,000 to you
Those
Monday.
people are literally, I
gotta have
rate
the
it,
Biggest sack to just
100%.
sit there and just fucking
barefaced lie.
Chat shit, but be convincing as fuck.
Yeah.
Does
Yeah.
work though. I got a
It
job
does
from
work.
it.
Literally, it does work. Like, fake it till you make it is not a lie. Like,
Yeah, no, Jen.
it generally is.
No,
like,
but it is
But
coming
you've gotta
through
do
with the
that
goods
first.
Yeah.
after.
You've got to do that first.
Told you I'd
though.
do it.
yeah,
I ain't slept, but I've done it.
I've done it. But I think it goes with like that conviction side, isn't it? It's like if you can
Wow.
do it and sell it with conviction, then you probably are 9 times out of 10 the right person to do the job in the first place, because you've had the bottle to even fucking
Yeah.
put yourself out in that shit position, and just rely on someone going, okay, let's do it.
You are essentially a con man.
Yeah.
You're just confident enough to
Yeah.
lie to somebody, but then be
Yeah.
like, leave and go, fuck, I've
Oh,
actually got to do this.
Yeah.
Put in the con and confident.
Literally. Ooh.
Confidence.
Confidence. But
Don't
yeah.
get complacent.
Don't get- I think that's
Oh.
talking about Reddit as well. I think it flows nicely into another announcement that's
Oh,
propped
yeah.
Hit
up
the
on their
news.
internetio in the last couple of
Internetio.
days.
And I don't know how if it's just 90s kids that are gonna.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I
They're
think
gonna
people will be
remember.
aware of it, but I
Speaking
don't
of
think
some-
people will understand the magnitude that it had.
it was Mampin.
Oh, it was the place. It was the place.
It
So
was.
what we
Place
are
to
talking
be.
about is Bebo is coming back. So
Mazza.
the
I
No
don't know
Pee
why.
podcast will now be hosted on Bebo
Yeah.
when it goes live. So send the love. Yeah, get me.
And,
Imagine that. Once a month we make a follower, and my other
Yes.
half.
Was it was it Bebo that had followers?
It had
Was it
like
followers or-
I don't know what it used to be called. It
No.
was friends. I think.
Yeah. it
yeah,
was.
you had your
Just
top friends list.
Top
and it was
friends.
like-
Oh,
Yeah.
and a little like a little
Organise it,
grid.
yeah.
Woo!
Mate, they smashed
innit?
it. They
Do you know
smashed it
what,
back
right?
in
The
the day.
maddest thing, right, about Bebo, and I can't remember who I was talking about. I think it might have been with you guys or someone else. And I was saying, like, when people used to make the skins for him, like, you'd have your header and stuff,
Oh,
and you'd have your whole
yeah.
skin. Bro, people were literally web designers. I know, like, looking back at them, they would be so shit. But we had the shittest computers. Like, our
Yeah.
laptops were so shit compared to what they are now. And
I didn't even
there
have
was
a laptop like when
literally-
Bebo was around.
Yeah.
I'd be like,
Yeah.
Mum, can I go on the computer?
yeah,
go on
yeah,
then.
yeah, even that.
Shit,
computers,
yeah, I used to have a desktop computer literally by
yeah,
there.
you might even be right in saying that, to be
Fuck.
fair. But yeah, people
MSN
were
days.
making skins. People were making like fucking emoji, like what you want to call emojis. Like they were making like dancing things. Bro, it was 30.
Mate,
Yeah.
I remember thinking it was sick when they introduced the widgets and they could play music as soon as someone loaded up your page.
Oh yeah.
And it's like, yeah, this banger's
This
going
is-
straight at number
yeah,
one.
look at this.
And I was like, yeah, this guy's got good
Yeah.
taste. Yeah.
yeah, this guy's a Donny.
Oh, sick. Having a soundtrack to your.
Oh.
Oh,
Do
the one, bro.
Oh, honestly, so
Bebo was
good.
doing a
you
massive.
remember what your tune was?
Oh, it changed
Kano.
so often.
Did it? What?
Kano was definitely on it.
I
I did have
I know.
some bizarre ones, like proper indie rap.
And you were like, "What? That's going
Oh,
on." Like pure
yeah,
unique
no one's having
me.
this.
Yeah.
I'm
No
unique
one's-
me.
This is
it?
me, Rev. I think I had probably David Guetta. Yeah. I didn't. I don't think I did.
You're like, please send it to me.
Yes, David Guetta and Akon, bruv. Sweet.
Oh man.
But yeah, I think it's coming back now. So hasn't been like, I don't even know if they've got socials. Like I haven't even looked for their
No.
Insta or Twitter or anything. But they
Oh,
basically
bro, I
said
just
that.
clicked Tayo Cruz, like
Oh.
a star. That used to be on the wall.
Oh,
Tayo Cruz, he made what? 4 songs?
Yeah.
no. But
Left
they were all
World,
bangers.
4 bangers.
Oh,
That's 100%
absolutely.
hit.
Absolute bangers.
Class. But I think it's coming back now in February. I think they said it's going to get released, which is very now. Wait there, February
is
now.
Feb,
It
yeah,
is
Feb
February,
Wait there,
yeah.
let me check the
Have a look.
screenshot. Wait there, was this screenshot?
Isn't
Did
it?
it
It's
say
released
February?
now. This
When did
poddy's
it,
going
like-
on there now.
Nah, I'm
When
scared.
did it stop? Like, how long ago
Oh,
did it start?
years.
Yeah,
Like, you'd
no,
probably be
yeah.
surprised how many years now, because Facebook obviously took over.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Well, that's the thing.
yeah.
I'm so intrigued to see where they think the niche is in the market.
Yeah.
That
Is
they're
it going to be
trying
the
fill.
same?
Like,
Yeah.
What?
To get that
'Cause-
shift away from what is, like, Instagram.
Because back then
Good luck.
it was quite original. Like some things it brought to the table were like, oh, fair, yeah, this is new.
Yeah.
Mind you,
But
Facebook.
what-
Go on.
What is there it could do that isn't already being done by Facebook? Like Facebook is fucking doing everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, February. Woo! It is February.
And coming.
Fucking search it
coming
now. Is it on
soon.
there?
No, I know.
I do think like Facebook seems to be in the news like at least monthly, and it's a
Zuckerberg's
new
getting-
lawsuit.
yeah.
Like,
Every,
So maybe-
every
maybe they're
week.
like,
Most
fuck it. If we
datily.
bring our thing out now,
Yeah.
get
yeah.
a man to have songs on their profile again.
Yeah.
Woo! And it's
True.
like all this stuff about like all your details and that.
It's like your data, and
Yeah.
yeah, they've
Like
had a
Facebook
lot
is
of
sharing it or so. I don't know.
yeah,
what's going
they've
on.
had a lot
bro.
of data leaks and things like that where they've just sold your data on.
And Zuckerberg's just sat in the court
well,
looking like an alien.
Like I think I had this conversation with someone before, and we were saying that like your data now is like a big asset to yourself. Do you know what I mean? Like selling your data is worth a lot now in like our modern
So
with the
mad.
internet of how it's booming. Like having access to that many people's data
Yeah.
is massive for companies now. But if Bebo comes back, man, I hope it's fucking litty. I can't lie. Like I want something fresh. Like I want to just see what they just try and revamp it. Like 9 times out of 10, it's gonna be whack, I reckon. But I don't
hope
want to
it's not.
jinx it. I don't want to jinx it. I hope it is actually sick.
Well, that's the thing is like when TikTok first came around, I was adamant. I was.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
I was
TikTok,
like,
I didn't want anything to do with
all
it.
these
for
adverts
years.
pushing it. It's like that raid game. It's like, no,
Yeah.
if you're pushing these adverts, I ain't gonna play it.
Yeah.
But they get
Feed
out
it.
there to people, and then people say, yeah, no, it's actually quite raw.
Yeah. But I think that's always a credit to the creator. Like I think like
Yeah.
the people that are actually using the platform. I like as much as it's good having like a nice seamless
Yeah.
app and like
Yeah,
it flows
100%.
nice. But I always think like the
You have
people
to
that
have the
actually
content.
are on there, that makes the biggest part of it.
They've made it so easy to spend hours on
Yeah.
TikTok.
Yeah,
Like
it's
you sit there,
addiction.
you watch one, you just scroll down,
Yeah.
another one, scroll down. Like there's nothing. You don't do anything.
Oh, you'll never get to the end of any timeline
You just,
ever.
like-
I've just deleted the app now because I can't. I'll just waste time scrolling
Yeah.
away. So now, if anything's good, I know the
Just
man
get
will
sync
just send
link.
it to me.
Yeah.
And I like the fact now that is taking the shit that I've watched and liked and just shows me
Yeah,
more.
but it's in you, but that's
So
what it
it's
is.
just class.
And that's what you
Just
call
knows.
an algorithm.
I don't need to watch. I don't need
That's
to
your
watch
data.
fucking
Yeah.
people dancing and then doing these stupid challenges. I just want to watch
Yeah.
COD fucking memes.
And just shit.
It just
Just
utter
stupid laugh.
Guys
people
doing farts.
Oh, it's just funny as fuck. I love
But
it.
I think if Bebo comes
And
back,
dogs.
like I think if they do come back and it is actually good.
Well, it's not
like-
if at this point. He said they're coming. didn't
No,
they?
no, I know. I mean, but like if it does actually like cement his spot again, I think they have to, because like you think how much money people are making off Instagram now. Like it's actually like
Yeah.
a business for some people now. Like they're actually just
Yeah.
selling themselves as like a business, like a brand again, like essentially. So I think if they can find a way to tap into like something to do with creators or having content creators and actually rewarding them, but they're gonna have to do it very fast. I think to get that initial buy-in period, I guess. But I mean, realistically, I forecast Facebook will buy them, and then they'll help them.
Just buys everything.
I don't know if they. Well, depending on what happens, there probably won't be a need in Facebook buying them
Yeah,
because they're already covering everything anyway.
yeah. But that's what I mean. It depends what
But,
route
like,
they kind of go down.
That's the thing. Like they didn't need to buy WhatsApp. They just bought it because
Yeah.
it was competition.
Yeah. But that's what I think. Like, if Bebo, I don't know what avenue I'd like them to go down. I think if they made like some form of streaming service built in, like and had like an all-one like social networking,
Or like
streaming,
Twitch, music, just everything
just like
built
something
in.
you can do like as a complete hub. Like you need to do something to make people not leave your app. Do you know what I mean? That's how you get people on it for hours
Yeah.
on end.
I don't know, but like you've got Facebook as Facebook Live.
Yeah,
you've got
I
Facebook
know.
Gaming.
Yeah, I know. It's like competition all over the spectrum,
Obviously,
innit?
Instagram is.
But if they could
Facebook
partner up with shit that's already out there,
Yeah.
Yeah.
as opposed to like trying to make their own.
That's what I
just
mean.
going
It's
down
kind
the
of not
same route.
reinventing the wheel. It's just improving it.
Just
kind
putting
of
another
thing.
one out there.
Yeah. But I don't know. I guess we'll see how it plays out. I'm gassed to see it come back. Unfortunately, though, they did say all the accounts are not available.
I would.
Oh yeah,
I
they,
would
they,
be able to
they
get
raw
on.
deleted them ages ago.
Yeah, I
You can't
know.
even access.
I thought
Feels
maybe
sad, man.
somewhere they had a little archive, but they
No,
might
that would
email
be
you
sick.
like, "Remember this? Oh, how
Welcome
dirty-
back.
Pussy.
How
Welcome
dirty would
back.
that be?" I was thinking a
That
little
would be
airdrop
raw.
email to X
It'd just
amount of users.
Be a video of Tom going, "We're back."
We're back. Yes, we're back.
Episode Bebo. Yes.
So I hope it's class. I
do wonder what on earth they can do.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
know, man. I've been thinking about it since I've seen the announcement, and I'm like, I don't know, man.
Why now?
Yeah.
Like what?
Yeah.
What are you seeing?
Yeah.
What are
Is
you
it
seeing
just-
that I'm not?
Is it just going to be one of those things where you make a profile and you're like
Don't
on
use
it
it.
for like a few days?
Yeah.
You're like, oh, this is sick, and then just completely forget about it.
Yeah, but I always think,
Well,
like,
yeah.
regardless, like you said with TikTok, like everyone's always like, oh no, I'm not using it.
It's
Like,
good.
it's like it's not the, it's the
TikTok-
change.
yeah.
It's the change. Like we spoke about it on here before. Like people don't accept change like easily.
Yeah.
Until you've got like that herd of people like, oh, you should check it out. You should check it out. Do it.
Yeah.
Like the word of mouth. Then that's when people start going, oh, maybe I will check it out.
Well, like
and then
that's
10 years later, you're still scrolling on fucking
TikTok.
timelines.
That's
Yeah.
the thing is there's people out there making these apps that are just pretty much the same thing as everything else out
Yeah.
there, and the only reason the Bebo's being talked about is because it was massive back in the day.
Exactly.
Like looking
Yeah.
at
Like millennials.
Casey Neistat's fucking like Snapchat alternative where you call
Like
was it
Beam?
Beam?
Beam,
Yeah,
yeah,
where you
yeah,
just put your
yeah.
phone to your chest and
Yeah.
films. Like that was an interesting
The
project.
concept was good.
It
yeah,
was.
but
The
it just didn't take off.
Nah, the execution was so poorly done. Like the whole app didn't work as well as it should have. It could have been class. Don't think he'd pulled it off as well as he
just
thought it was
didn't.
going
I
to.
just,
didn't work
I'm
as-
not sure. Yeah, like
I don't think the concept of it tapped enough into a lot of people. Like, because you couldn't. Like, I think people like seeing what they record in, etc.
Yeah.
Like, rather than have like a POV view. Like you can't. I don't know. It's not imaginative enough
It
of what
was-
you can do with the content. Do you know
it
what
was
I mean?
really weird to like navigate.
Yeah,
the
yeah.
whole interface
That's
was
what I
really
mean. Like,
strange.
the experience on the app wasn't great. I think it
Yeah.
could have been designed so much better.
like TikTok. It's
Yeah.
just so easy to spend 3 hours on it.
People
And-
love simplicity.
Like
Yeah.
the whole thing with TikTok when it first came out is, for me anyway, I was such a Vine loyalist.
Yeah, exactly.
And when Vine went and TikTok came, I was like,
It's
You
gonna
just
nah,
be.
bro.
copied it, yeah.
man, I'm loyal. Man,
Yeah, yeah,
man's loyal. I'm
Not
not going
anymore.
to TikTok. I'll go over it. I'm
Yeah,
over it.
I'm over
in
it.
TikTok.
What's Vine? What the hell is Vine?
Get off.
But I know. I think for our generation, Bebo will be that place, man. Like, people will just look back at it and be like, fucking hell, it was so class. But I can't even explain why it was good. Like,
No.
I can't remember what I did on it.
No, because
other than
MSN was
commenting
definitely
on-
better.
Yeah,
As in, like,
facts.
everyone loved that. Where's the comeback for that?
Literally.
But like,
Watch
Yeah, it was literally
next week.
WhatsApp.
but wasn't WhatsApp was like MSN, whereas Bebo was like you had a profile and stuff, right?
Yeah.
And you just post on each other's walls.
But that
and
was it. Like, all it was spamming each other's page.
Yeah.
Like, oh, love, oh, I can't wait to
Send
see
the
you.
love.
Can't wait
It
to
was
see you.
See you in
so
school
dumb.
tomorrow.
Yeah, but I can't. Like, there was nothing
So
really
dumb.
that enticing about
No.
it, other than going on people's pages and seeing what skins they've made.
And
Well, I
Tune would
guess
come
it's
on.
kind of like Instagram. You know how people just post pictures to try and
Like, aesthetically
portray an
pleasing.
image
Yeah,
of
yeah,
what
yeah.
your life is and
Yeah.
who you're about, and most of it's fucking fake as
Oh,
fuck.
fake as fuck.
But
It's
like
made of
with
wood.
Bebo, you'd put music in there, so people just instantly know what kind of music you like.
Yeah,
And
I don't know, man.
I'm getting more and more to the idea now that Bebo is like, in the internship where he's like, what if you take a photo and put it on the line?
Yeah.
Yes,
On
it exists.
the line?
Yeah,
It's Instagram. I'm like, someone in Bebo's gone, what if you make a profile
and put it on the line.
and make it on the line? Like, that's more
you
and
just
more
got
in
yes
my
men
head.
going,
Yeah.
yes,
That sounds
that's
great.
sick.
That-
What do you mean?
we're
Yeah?
doing it. Let's do
They
it.
can have songs on that on their profile. Yes.
Why has nobody done this? We did it like 10 years. Get out.
It's called,
Get out.
yeah, get the fuck out.
Oh, fucking hell, I don't know.
That's what I'm getting at now. Is,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna dig a little bit deeper in it because that's the only thing I've seen is this like screenshot and it says like if you go on their website it just says if you've been invited to the beta, enter your password here and that's all I've seen. Like I need to actually try and
Right,
find
who's
research.
getting invited to the beta then?
There was a
Influencers. I reckon influencers. If you
Yeah,
can
of
sell it to
course.
an influencer, boy, your numbers will go rocketing straight quick.
I'm googling
Go in
Bebo now. Coming
parabolic.
soon.
Um,
me
but
get my-
Oh. Yes, they still
Oh,
got
I
the
ain't
red
got-
B. That was,
I ain't got a beta password. Oh,
Nah.
anyone listens to this with a beta password and haven't
Hit
used
me
it, get us in there now.
But I think we'll see how it plays
Link
out.
us
I'm
up.
gassed. I'm so gassed. I think it'll be class.
I
Just for nostalgic
would love
reasons,
for it
man.
to do something, but I think it's just going to die out.
Yeah.
I don't reckon
So
it's going to
it-
do anything.
It's developed by
I
the
hope I'm
original
wrong.
founders.
Yeah, I know. So this is.
Yeah, they did a Mazza back then.
I need to find out
Hopefully
where
can
they
do
think.
another one.
Like why did you give
Yeah.
up on it? I need to find that out. That's my next bit of research. 'Cause
All the old accounts are long gone, probably for the better. Though sorry for the old photos.
yeah,
On
that
the,
bit.
on
I
the good
love
news
that.
front, Trump is banned from Bebo before we've even launched. The world really is moving forward.
Love
I'm
it.
sold. I'm
That
sold.
is class.
I'm sold.
Seeing a website like that is like having a fucking sick movie trailer.
It just feels like
I'm buzzing.
it feels like it's got a personality.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Like it's got a place so cemented in our millennial hearts that I'm like, yes,
Yeah.
I longed for you, you little bitch.
Yeah, why'd you leave?
You've
Was
left
it-
the
You
void.
back.
They just shut the servers down,
It
did they?
must be, yeah.
Yeah. Gave
When-
you hella warning.
Oh
When
man,
did-
To save the photos that you wanted to keep.
yeah.
Bebo. When did it start?
2005.
And when did it?
Oh wow.
2005.
I remember
Shit.
Nailed
that.
that.
I
You
looked
were
at
quicker
it.
than Google.
Yeah. Fucking what, bruv?
2013.
Shit. Bankruptcy and sale. Ooh, they did
Ooh.
get bought. Ooh.
Oh, who
They
did you
just
get
said-
bought out by?
What? They purchased it for 1 million. Imagine that in our day and age.
That
Fuck
logo's not right though.
I
No,
know.
that's not what it was like
That's
back in the day.
25 That's 2005. That.
What came first, Bebo or MySpace?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, MySpace, 100%.
MySpace was
Only
fucking everywhere,
two-
wasn't it?
near 2 years. I don't know, man.
To be
Social
fair-
networking has been around for so many years, but the last couple of years it's gone fucking nuts.
Yeah.
It's gone incredibly
Yeah.
mad. But do you know what, right? I googled this the other day because I was wondering. So if I was to ask you how many users you think Instagram's got worldwide, like just a rough
Fucking
figure, just
millions, bro.
50 million.
Well, saying that,
okay. And what
so
would
many
you, what
of
do you
them-
reckon? TikTok or Instagram's got more users?
Oh.
I'd say
Are we talking just created accounts or
Just
like people that
created
use it
accounts.
actually?
Nah, just created accounts.
maybe I
Like
might go
act-
TikTok.
Yeah,
I think I
maybe
might go
TikTok.
TikTok.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're right.
Is it?
Yeah, you're right. It's literally.
Do you know what the
Yeah,
figures
so
are?
I think it was 100. No, I think it was. I want to say 800 million on TikTok and 50 or 60 million on Insta,
Oh fucking
which
hell,
was
go
a
on.
fucking. I think look,
That's
TikTok,
that's quite shocking.
mate, mad, like way beyond my expectations of like what I thought the numbers
TikTok
would be
has
like.
smashed it.
Total users.
Fuck.
So TikTok total users, 800 million active users. So the TikTok app has been downloaded over 2 billion times on the App Store and Google Play.
I wonder how many people have downloaded it and gone, just get me off this app, and
Yeah.
installed it the next day, being like, I need to download it again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
That's the worst.
racking up the download
Bruv.
counts.
What? Nah,
Yeah.
these numbers are gas. Nah, what? I've
Yeah, you
been
could
done here. You get me. So yeah, it says here now, fucking 855 million users on Insta. So I think my Google was wrong. the other
We're
day.
absolutely
Yeah.
getting done with the facts.
Yeah.
We're shit at facts. I'm not gonna lie.
Awful. Like
Yeah.
even when I've got Google in front
Well,
of
it's
me, I
numbers,
still
man.
doubt them.
I can't
Like,
memorise
that's the maddest
numbers.
thing. I've got my phone.
We need like a whiteboard here with everything written down. So any numbers that we were trying to remember are just there.
Actually, a raw idea.
Yeah. Yeah, I know, but the way
Actually,
but the
right,
way
yeah.
the conversations go, most times I'm like,
No,
fuck,
'cause
I'm gonna
we'll
have
do-
to pluck the most random bit of information that I read 3 months ago.
We'll,
And I'm
Yeah.
like, how am I gonna
we'll
remember
write
this?
so much shit down on there and just completely go off
The
topic
episode would
and
be
not
us
have
squinting,
anything.
being like, "What does that even say?"
I'll read it and I'll be
Yeah?
like, nah, this has gone way off topic.
Yeah.
850 mil? No, that's thousands.
No,
Yeah.
boys, we need like 10 topics just
Yeah.
before we
The
start.
timeline I
Cover
go
two.
intro, the
Yeah.
intro. Okay, it's fucked.
Literally.
Go on,
I'm
Armpan.
like, yeah,
But-
we're gonna talk about Lampard? Nope,
No,
never.
yeah. Anyway,
I can't believe we fucking
fucking.
we were stupid enough to say like 50 million,
I
and
know.
people on Insta have like
Yeah, we've literally just.
250 million.
What?
Yeah, we brain farted.
You said it, and I was there
massively.
like, huh?
I know.
So
this-
That
dumb.
don't make sense. I don't even use it, and I know that ain't accurate.
Like I know where I googled it, and I was outside, and it was very cold, so I think I had brain freeze. If I'm honest,
Out of breath for
I
that.
think I had brain
Yeah.
freeze, and I just didn't.
yeah,
even
boys
think.
are frozen.
Yeah,
Help me, boys.
because
Games froze.
it's fucking yeah. It's like we said, Kylie Jenner, fucking all these Kardashians, etc. got over 100 million themselves. So
Yeah.
I don't know where we. I don't know
Oh,
where.
yeah,
It,
that-
it could have been active users.
Yeah.
We're done.
Yeah, I suppose. There's a lot of fake accounts on a lot of social
Yeah.
medias, and they're all bought, etc. in these little farms,
Yeah.
Thailand farms and that. I know. Have you ever seen that? You've never seen that?
hmm
Oh my god, that is the weirdest thing you'll ever see. So you know when people buy followers and likes?
Yeah.
Have you never seen like how they do it?
What,
So
it's
they've
just-
got like I say a big like shack in like Thailand and all these like third world countries, and they've got all these phones linked up to like this one like server, and like
Yeah.
as soon as it comes in, all these phones go.
Well, and
Just
follow
that
that
like it,
person.
yeah, follows, likes.
Yo.
It's the maddest thing, honestly. If you haven't seen that, look at like a Thailand like farm, I think they're called. But
I
it's
thought
like-
you were gonna say there was just loads of Taiwanese
Yeah,
people
just like
all
this.
in the yard.
They got like 10 phones from like like a keyboard, like
Yeah, one laptop, one Xbox.
They just get sent like this mad spreadsheet. Like, right, you've got to like all of these today.
Fucking hell. I remember when people used to do it and I'd be like, nah, he's bought likes.
Yeah,
Fucking,
Fortnite.
he's
Yeah.
bought likes. Fake.
But people do it now. People still do it to this day. Like
you go on
you
one
can tell
photo.
it.
You
It's
go on one
always
photo.
gonna
It's
be
It's got
like
done.
1,000 likes, but they got 1 million followers. You're like, bro, that's the worst level of engagement I've ever heard. You must be posting the shit.
They got
this
300 people following them. They
Yeah.
got like 3,000 likes on one photo. You go to the next one, there's
It's like
20.
12, yeah. They've literally just broken past that 11, and they're like, yeah, I don't show names. Yeah.
Class.
But I think that it's been quite a good deep dive into what's happened this week. It's been,
Yeah,
to be
no.
fair, it means I thought nothing had happened. There's been some exciting shit.
Yeah.
Stuff always happens, but it's like we can't really talk about that.
Yeah.
It's not nothing really to delve into it.
But it's not even that. I just think like the things I just skim past now, like in the news and stuff. I think, is it really that big? But then when you actually think about it, like we just see so much.
Yeah.
I think that we actually it's hard to
Yeah.
decipher out what's good and what's
Well,
worse.
That's right.
one
That's
of-
why whenever we pick a topic, I try to
Deep
dumb
cut.
it down.
Yeah,
So when
yeah.
you're explaining it, I'm like, okay, if I had no idea what the fuck this
Yeah,
was,
Yeah.
I'm going to ask the dumbest question
to-
just to get the very basic information
yeah.
and then go from there so like people can understand and
It's
follow
the
it
best
way
way
more.
of learning is 100% trying to get it down to your level.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think in summary, I think we'll definitely see a film about the Wall Street betters and the meme, which is the
Well,
Donald
yeah.
Trump guy. And yeah, I think Bebo now when it comes back,
Hopefully it'll be
I'm
be up.
actually so
It'll be up at
gassed.
the start.
I'm actually just really
rather
gassed.
than fucking at the end of Feb and we're waiting weeks now.
I know.
Bebo, when you get your management email, believe I'm in your inbox.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get me.
And Thron Max as well. You need to.
And
to
from
And,
Max. From Max.
You're
you
liking
left me
us.
on red.
Elon Musk.
You
you're
left me
liking
on
our
red.
vids and that. Come on.
Hashtag the man.
But yeah, I've been Tom. Are we happy to wrap it?
I'm happy.
No,
I mean, you've already said
Con,
Tom.
are you happy to wrap
I
it?
am Tom. I am Tom. I've been Tom.
I've been Spud.
I've been Connor.
Tom.
See you again next week.